What got you into the scene to begin with?
And I've been making music for so long since I started playing guitar when I was like 12. I don't know if I said, but I was in metal bands and shit. Okay. So like I have like that sort of musical background. It doesn't really translate that well into dubstep though. But my sister was like going to raves and shit.
Yeah.
And like she'll be like, yeah, this is the stuff they play, and I'm like, this is insane.
You're
and
like,
then,
what is this?
Yeah, I was like, this is super cool. I think the first sort of dubstep I heard was Ministry of Sound, Volume 2, I think.
Okay.
And that had like Caspa, Binga, Rusko, Scream, like all these OG dudes, and I was like, this is insane. This is literally the metal of electronic music.
With the help of this knowledge, we have built extremely powerful techniques to manipulate life.
The man's not hot. Man's not hot. Never hot.
Testiclats here. We are here in Coin Op Gas Lamp with Oolacile.
Yo.
Is it Oolacile?
Yeah. Well, okay, we'll talk about that. So yeah, Oolacile was like probably its intended name. I got it from a video game called Dark Souls. Everyone who reads it is just like Oolacile, so I've just caved in. I'm like, yeah, that's let's do that.
But the way I read it first is Oolacile.
Well, then you're a genius. There you go.
Tight.
You're one of the few rare people.
I looked up the wiki and it was like Oolacile. That's the phonetic spelling. Oolacile.
It kind of rolls off the tongue. I'm like, Oolacile. You know, it's always nice whenever I go to Europe. They always, I'm touching like the head of the mic. They always like get it super right. That's the only markets in the world. Like the people who speak French or whatever, they always say it right.
Well, they're smarter than us, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Very true.
I'm over here getting super charged up with my Coin Op pouch. Product placement sponsor.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not a sponsor. Hashtag hopefully a sponsor.
Hashtag one day, please.
So here's a funny story. So I hit you up, right, on Instagram. I guess I found your old one or your personal. It says...
That's my personal.
Okay, it's your personal.
My Finsta.
Finsta?
We probably change that now.
I haven't said exactly what it is.
Oh yeah, I did. You literally said it exactly what it is. We'll play it in reverse.
Zero knife the demo. So I found it, and that's when I said, "Yo, I hit you up," and then you're like, "Yeah, I don't really check my DMs." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's chill." Yeah. But now it's funny because I didn't know you were Oolacile, and I look it up. I'm like, it's fucking Cooper.
Like, I know that guy. I just met that fool last week.
Yeah, but it was just funny. Yeah. So and then not only did I meet you, but you're also a local. You're from San Diego.
I am.
From Vista.
From Vista, yeah. So like North County, San Diego.
NorCal, what's up?
NorCal? No. Very SoCal.
North County. Yeah, why'd I say NorCal? Anyway. So one of the questions I ask is, what are your favorite things to do in town? But since you're from here, yeah.
So in this area, I like to go to Sips to get vegan sushi.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
Hopefully
shouts
sponsor.
Out Sips. Sponsor me. There's another place right next door to it. It's a Mexican restaurant. El Rancheros. Yeah. That place is fire too. They also got more vegan stuff. And they're right next to each other. So it's sick. What else is over there? Coin Up. Hashtag not sponsored.
Boom. No sponsor, but sponsor us. Everyone in that block, sponsor us.
That's all. I mean, that's always a really fun spot to go. I mean, just eating all the vegan food in San Diego. Plumeria, crazy. Lestats is not. I mean, it's a coffee place, but always go to Lestats.
Dude, me too. That's crazy.
Get coffee there. There's not really much to do in North County. I feel like growing up, all I did was just smoke weed in parks. That's all I did.
There's a lot of land. There's like hiking trails and shit.
Yeah, you just like walk into some bushes and like you like get stoned and like you're like, oh, I'm so bad, and that's what happens.
I'm edge, bro.
Yeah, I'm crazy,
dude. So like me and my buddy Justin out here, we interviewed a band. There's a lot of local bands coming out of San Diego, and yeah, man, North County, fucking Rancho Penasquitas, this band called Creature Canyon, getting a lot of LA radio play. And then
crazy.
Buddha Trixie, those guys wail, they're fucking rad. But yeah, North County, man, putting out some good music.
Yeah. I mean, growing up in San Diego, I used to go to Soma all the time.
Yeah.
And I was really into like the hardcore and metal scene.
No shit.
And I know a couple of those kids. It's really funny. People I know from Oceanside, also North County people, they have a band called Chon. I feel like they've probably done the best as far as people I know personally. They're killing it. They just played Coachella.
Oh shit. Okay.
They're really amazing musicians, and I've known them since they were super young, and really talented people. People I really look up to. Way different music. Yeah, really, really inspirational people. And that's something. Yeah, a band that I feel like that's really been around for a long time since I was a kid, and they're continuing to kill it.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other few bands that started new projects. And those projects are doing a little better. They're getting on like Sumerian and Rise, these big like sort of metal labels. So San Diego's always been like a big home for the metal and the hardcore stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like shouts out, Take Offense. I went to school with these dudes, and they've been playing since we were in high school, and they're touring Europe still, and like doing it strong, man. So it's just cool, man. San Diego's known for good music now.
I think we have like As They Lay Dying.
Really? They're from here?
Yeah, they're from San Diego.
No fucking shit.
Carnifex is another big band that's also from San Diego.
Dude, I didn't know. No wonder everyone was rocking As They Lay Dying back in the day.
Yeah.
I love those guys.
I mean, they're a great band either way. But they just happen to also be from
that was
here.
the first time I probably heard double bass.
Yeah.
And then, of course, naturally.
Yeah, that band changed the game with like a lot of the way they wrote riffs and all that. And double bass. And,
it was just like hard. 94 hours? Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the fuck out of here. That was legit, man. Hey, who would you put on? What are you listening to? So
who would I put on? Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I have this little Discord server. People pop in and they show me their music. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not good.
Yeah.
And every so often there's a kid that's just crazy. So many
like
crazy people. Yeah, that just like make everyone like that's already popular. They just make them look bad. Akios, super crazy, really next level dubstep stuff. Jub's from back in the day when I started out.
Yeah.
He was making rhythm and stuff. Took like a couple years off. Came back and is like insane. Like he's like leveled up so much.
I challenge
you. There's a bunch of kids. Yari, I don't want to miss out on.
Yeah.
Neonix, really good. Neonix is someone that like Ominous and Fizo mentor. Oh God, I don't want to miss anyone. I'm for sure gonna miss people though.
You can create like a playlist and tell everybody like, yo, man, these guys are on right now.
Look in the comments.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Comment section below.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. Hashtag not sponsored.
Have you seen that show, the Like and Subscribe show?
No.
It's like an internet series. It's hilarious.
Quit it.
Yo, who the fuck put this on my foot, all right? Are you pranking my foot?
No. What the fuck? Dog, I got one too, all right?
I mean, I don't think it's that bad. A lot of my male followers have been asking me to show feet. So.
Yeah. There's a lot of dubstep stuff that I want to plug that I'm just
kind of blanking.
It's all good, man. But I think I plugged a lot of the main ones in my head.
Yeah. What about your collabs? Like, what is probably the first collab of someone you were a fan of?
Midnight Tea for sure, actually.
Midnight Tea, yeah.
I look up to that guy so much, especially back in the day. I feel like he was really making music that was so cutting edge.
Yeah.
At the time.
It's such a different
really
sound.
Game changing,
Distinct.
really a unique sound that was unlike anything at the time. And he made a few tunes that were just super wacky and off the wall. I'm like, oh my God, this is like, you're really doing something special.
Yeah.
And I became a huge fan of him. It really inspired me. Definitely opened up my mind to like, oh, there's new ways to write this sort of music. And and then I started doing like, just making music, and eventually I never hit him up. I'm like not a big proponent of like reaching out to people. What I did, I just put out music on SoundCloud, and I guess somehow he found it, and he's like, dude, you're insane. I was like, dude, shut up.
You're like, shut up.
I'm like, I love you.
You're insane.
He's like, no, he's like, you're insane. And we became friends, then eventually we're like, let's get on a song, and then we made a song like a few years back, and that's, I think, one of like the first ones that was really big.
And you talk of beasts, you hunters are the real killers.
Obviously, like a year or so after, I collabed with 12 Planet, and that was obviously something that I never thought would happen, like getting into dubstep. Like, what?
OG.
Literally the person who brought dubstep overseas. This guy. I'd probably say 12 Planet's the guy that took dubstep from being a European thing and made it an
Yeah.
American thing. So that's
Dude.
really huge for like me to have worked with someone like that
Yeah.
who's done so much for everything.
I don't know
definitely
another
someone
word
I
for
looked
that.
up to, yeah.
So that's pretty fucking cool, man. I guess, I don't know why I always say that. In between, I say, I guess. No, I know what I want to say.
You know.
I know what I want to say.
Yeah, I know you know. We know.
So, how did you break out and what got you into the scene to begin with?
I mean, my sister was like going to raves and shit.
Yeah.
And like she'll be like, yeah, this is the stuff they play. And I'm like, this is insane. It was like a lot of like Eurobeat and hard dance and like the super ravey stuff. And then shortly, like, and I was like really into it. And then shortly after, someone's like, yo, have you heard like this Skrillex guy? Have you heard this Borgor guy?
Whoa, yeah.
And I was like,
Dude,
yo, this
Borgor?
is crazy. Dude, how did they do this? And I like Logic
FL
or
or
whatever,
whatever,
yeah.
yeah.
And I downloaded the program and figured out. At that time, there was no YouTube tutorials.
Yeah,
there was
you
none of
just
that.
click
No one else
shit.
was making it. So I was
Yeah.
like, I need to figure this out. So I was really bad for a really long time, but
Yeah.
I put in tons of work, tons of hours, and was really just terrible. Started making different sorts of music at
terrible.
first, then eventually kind of got into dubstep because I was like, this is a little bit easier to make
Yeah.
than what I was currently making because I was started out making like neurofunk and like
Okay.
drum and bass shit, which is
So-
really insanely
Yeah,
hard. Like,
just a lot of
it's
just
really
heavy
technical. It's technical.
layers.
Yeah. And I was like, dubstep's a little bit easier, and I think it's sick. So I started making that, and then after a time, kind of developed like a more unique sound, kind of using some of the techniques I learned making drum and bass and stuff, and applying that to dubstep. And I think that really spoke to a lot of like other dubstep producers. They're like, oh, this is different than what we're used to.
Yeah,
And that's why I
definitely.
was able to kind of like catch on and start doing something.
And it fucking slaps, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
The Sauce Boys is probably one of my favorites.
Okay, yeah,
that
I
one
appreciate that.
and
Thank you.
Rhythm.
Rhythm, yeah.
And last but not least, any plugs, anything you're working on, anywhere you're gonna be
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you want anybody to know. Shout
A
out.
bunch of festivals this year. Obviously, EDC coming up. The Wampy Woods early. Go early to Wampy Woods. Playing AIM Festival in Montreal. I have a new song coming out, a single coming out for EDC. And then shortly after, I'm going to be putting out an EP soon, so be on the
Fuck
lookout
yeah,
for that.
man.
More
Yeah.
details to come on that soon.
More deeds sliding through.
Sliding through.
So that has been PassThaSticks with Oolacile,
Pass the-
Oolacile, however which way you want to say it. And we out here.
Peace.
Later.